right, welcome to Covert Narcissist 101. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Guys, this topic are three things that you might observe when you unknowingly run into a flying monkey of the Covert Narcissist. These are people that you weren't sure what direction they were going in the beginning, and you don't know. Maybe you stayed away from them. If you're like me, that's what I did. But now you unknowingly run into them because this is what you observe if you don't know. One of them guys is that they might start the conversation. Let's say you run into them in the store like I did. I just waved and I was gonna keep going. They're like, oh, start talking. They're not really concerned about what is going on in the present. I mean, they're gonna ask you about the kids or something. Oh yeah, you're doing great, fine, whatever. And then they go all the way to the back in time. They go back in time and start talking about, oh, what he said this and then she said this, and you're looking at them like, wait, what? And like, this is more than 5 years ago. What are we talking about? They did this and did that, and then you're looking at them like, okay. So they go back in time, start talking to you about whatever, especially if you have been gone from the Covert Nazi for a while, like I have, and somebody start talking about something that happened 5.5 years ago or whatever. And so he's like, okay, I don't know what we're talking about. That's old news, but they're like, what are we talking about? And then, when they look, it looks like you might not buy into what they're saying. The next thing they're gonna tell you probably like, they could probably tell you how something that the Covert Narcissist did, and they were confused about it. My own situation was he was wondering how the Covert Narcissist showed up with a new supply so quick, and he was confused about that. So that they might tell you that to feel like you relax a little bit, and then you guys can go into talking and whatever. This is why I say even the time monkeys that did come back and tell you. How they've, seen the light and figured out a way. Don't ever lean into that. Start talking about your life. So when they tell you this, so it's to get you to relax. So now they've took you back in time. So now the next thing you will probably hear is how they assume, obviously, that your life is so much better. If the Covert Narcissist didn't end up with a new supply so quickly, that they believe that you guys would still have been married and you guys still have been in a relationship. That's why they didn't understand why the Covert Narcissist did what they did. So they're looking at you, telling you how your life, that's literally what they're telling you. Your life would have been better if you are still with the Covert Narcissist. Even though they just told you 5 seconds ago that something the Covert Narcissist did, they were confused about. But they're telling you how your life would have been better. Of course, that obviously means they're assuming that your life is messed up now, even though it's not. So that's what you hear, how your life would have been better. And then when that doesn't really work so well, then the next thing tell you, so they're worried about the kids. Just the kids, the kids are being in separate homes, and there's that was their concern, was about the children and all that stuff. So, I mean, as they're talking, and you literally can hear the Covert Narcissist talking, or the lines, or they're feeding them, or the stuff that they're going to get from you to take back. First of all, they took you back in time, so that now you're defending nonsense that happened years ago, or however long it is for you. And then the next thing they're talking about is how they're assuming your life is not great, because now they've figured, oh, you guys will still be together. If the Covert Narcissist didn't end up with whatever, you would have been back with the Covert Narcissist. And then the next one, they bring the children in, as usual. Oh, it's for the kids. You say for the kids, the kids and whatever. And the whole time, for me, like running into this person last week in the store, I'm like, I can't believe we're talking about this in the middle of Walmart. I really can't believe this. And I'm looking at him like, why are you bringing stuff that is old news, sir? That's years ago. Like, yeah, but, he's my friend and you're my friend too. And then blah, blah, blah. I said, listen. So there's something, I told him, I said, one thing that most people, kind of miss is like, peace of mind has no price tag. Peace of mind has no price tag. And he's looking at me and say, yeah, peace of mind has no price tag. But anyway, there's no need for us to be talking about it. You say hello to the kids and the wife. Y'all take care. I was walking away. But when you run into this person, like, I didn't know he was a flying monkey. I knew he was his friend, but since we haven't had any interaction, he was not on one of the people, maybe on Instagram or Facebook, whatever. I haven't heard anything. So I didn't care. But however, so I running into him, obviously with direction he's coming from, with all the things that came out of his mouth. Not only that they're taking you back in time, to have you go back and forth, which probably they're going to take over to the Covert Narcissist, because as he's saying, oh, the Covert Narcissist did this to him and did that to him, and he doesn't understand why the Covert Narcissist behave this way. And obviously they're trying to get you to say more stuff about whatever that's happened that didn't happen, and then they assume that your life would be so much better. You know, if the covert narcissist, if you're back with a covert narcissist, you know, I mean, they look at and tell you your life is to be better by telling you if the covert narcissist didn't move on to the new supply so quickly, which they didn't understand themselves, that you will be, you know, you guys will be back together. And then they finish up with the kids. They always come with the kids because somehow being in a chaotic environment, being in a negative field environment, being in abusive environment is so much better for the kids than them being in a separate home peacefully. Guys, if you haven't run into one of these and you're not sure, you know, the ones that you're sure of, you know how to avoid it. But some of these people that you're not sure where they are, you know, these are some of the things that you see. These are some of the things that you will observe from them. And you act accordingly. All right, guys, get a hold of your mind and everything's to fall into place. Please like and share. Take care.